I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be doing kind of a first impression on this LA Girl palettes. These ones are from their Fanatic collection for the summer. I was at Ulta, I was just walking around returning some things, and I came across this. I saw that they came out with 4 eyeshadow palettes. I picked up one of them. I think it's in the middle. This one right here. And then they also came out with some highlighter and blushes palettes in different skin tones. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look and everything about this little babies right here, then just keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe below. And let's just go ahead and get started. Like I said, I picked up their eyeshadow palette. This one is called LA Girl Wanderlust, and they actually have 4 of them, which are very different. Some are more neutral, some are more colorful, but I actually just picked up this one just because I thought the shades kind of called my attention a lot, especially because they're supposed to be for summer. I kind of don't want any more neutral. I don't know how many eyeshadows you need that are on the neutral tones, but I don't need many, and I already have a lot. So I picked up this one. I thought it was going to be really pretty, and I created this kind of look that is giving me kind of Aladdin vibes. So it brings 12 shades. There's a combination of shimmers and mattes. I only saw 2 mattes, if I'm not mistaken. This blue right here and this kind of brick color right here. So I think there's not much to play with when it comes to matte, but I did think that they were really, really pigmented. So I really think this is a good palette. As far as packaging, I don't think this is my favorite LA Girl packaging that I've seen. I actually just did a video like 2 weeks ago on their Bright Beam palettes, and those were kind of like a little bit more, they just felt more expensive and more sturdy. This one is kind of like a little plastic. I don't like the fact that they made them all black. I think if they were going to choose this kind of packaging, I felt like they could have made it a little more like a vibrant color. But nonetheless, I think they're okay. They're actually very easy to just stack, so maybe that's good. They kind of have this little clip opening situation, and they do have a little mirror that they bring, which is really good. Each shadow brings 0.035 ounces, so I think that's a little less than usual, but you are getting this for, I think, $10.99. Yeah, $10.99 is the price of this. To get this at Ulta, you can kind of find it there. I don't know if all of them are carrying it, or if you're gonna have to like kind of, you know, go to CVS's, maybe go get it online at LA Girl, but that is all the info on this little palette right here. So next one we have is the LA Girl Hottie Island, or Island Hottie. I was reading it backwards on the mirror. Island Hottie palette, and this one is their blush palette. Like I said, they do have 2 different shades on this. I kind of chose the lightest one, but they do have another one. I ended up actually using this 3rd shade right here as a bronzer. I think I made it work, and I don't think it looks too bad. It's kind of in their little reddish terracotta, I would say, because I feel like this looks a lot like my Guerlain shade, if that makes any sense. And I think the Pretty Vulgar bronzer also looks a lot like this. So I think it's something that you can make work if you like this kind of tones. I don't mind it. When I first applied it, I thought it was pretty reddish, but now that everything is on, I feel like I don't mind it at all. The other 3 are also very, very stunning. I feel like I really like the shades that they picked. They're kind of more on the orangey side, and I don't know, I can't speak for the darkest one because I don't remember how it looked like, but I'm just going to give you kind of swatches right here. I'm just giving you a little bit of swatches right here of how this palette looks like. I know it's hard to see because the lighting here kind of sucks. This one also retails for $10.99 as well, and you get 4 blushes in it, and it's 0.14 ounces per blush. I do have to say I really love the face products for LA Girl. The eyeshadows are kind of like a hit or miss, but the face products are always spot on, so I really like it. So when I see that they come out with new stuff, I always pick it up and just try it out because it's definitely worth checking out. Next and last palette is actually the Moonlight Magic, and it looks like this. They all come in the same little packaging, and it also has 4 shades. These are all highlights, and I feel like they range from, I would say, not fair, but maybe light to medium skin tones. The first one is actually pretty light. I was kind of impressed about that. These are the shades right there, so you can see that this one right here kind of could work for fair skin, but I couldn't speak for that. This one is also $10.99, and it also brings 0.14 ounces per shadow. That's all I have to say as far as info. Now let's just go ahead and go into the demo part so you can really see how all these products performed, and if you like this look, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I'm going to be using this LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. This one is their high definition, and I think this one is in the shade Natural. And I'm just going to be putting this on my lids. I like to apply quite a lot of product on this one because I feel like the thicker the base, the less you can see the darkness on the eyes. And I feel like also the more pigment shows up on your shadows. So I like to put a lot. I'm going to be blending this out with my beauty sponge. Alright, so now we have a nice base for her shadows. I'm going to be jumping into this LA Girl Wanderlust palette. And I think the shades look stunning. I just don't know what I'm going to be doing with this because there's such a jump from like blues to oranges to stark navy. This navy right here just looks really pretty. And I don't think there's many shades that are matte in this palette. I wish they had more because I can only see this one. And I think this blue right here. I think those are the only two shades that are matte. Maybe I'll start with this blue right here. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start with this vibrant blue right here. And I'm going to be taking this Morphe M514 brush. And I'm kind of just going to be blending this out right on the crease. We're going to try just something different today. Right off the bat, I think for it to be a shade that is so vibrant, I think it's blending out pretty easily, and I think the color, it is definitely there. Doing the same thing on the other side. Oops. Taking a little bit more, I'm just going to be emphasizing that color just a tiny bit more on that crease. And you can see how I'm building up that color. You can see how much darker it looks on this side by just going over it one more time. That's why I think it's so important for you to like really build up your shadows because you can get a lot of pigment. Then I'm going to be taking this shade right here. And I'm definitely dusting off the excess. I'm going to be putting this kind of in the outer corner. I'm going to be packing that right there. And then kind of blending it out outwards. I think that it's a pretty decent brick color right there. I kind of like it. Blend this two together, and I feel like I'm going to struggle a lot with this eye today because for some reason when I put my arm on this side it just feels so awkward today. Like I forgot how to do this or something. Just going to be putting a little bit more, just packing that shade on the outer corner. So for the inner corner I'm actually going to be going for a shimmer shade, and I think I'm going to be grabbing this one right here. But I'm going to be putting this in the inner corner. I'm kind of just blending it around because I really like that shade. But I think for it to be a shimmer, it's kind of like a little bit on the dull side. I was expecting it to be a little more, I don't know, shocking. I think this is going to be just something very different to what I always do, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to, this is just an empty brush. This doesn't have any eyeshadow on it. I'm just kind of blending this out right there. So these two shades kind of look like they're mingling a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to be doing kind of a little cut crease on my eyes, and I'm going to be taking a little bit off this concealer and a little flat brush as well. Do you guys hear that? Taking more of that brick color that we applied first, and I'm kind of just going to be blending this out on the outer corner. So I don't know if this is my favorite look, but I think it's really fun. I don't know, I'm not hating it. I'm also not loving it. I hope it looks good at the end because I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do. So this is where we got. Alright, so I think for the last shade, I'm going to be taking this shimmer right here. This one is kind of a vibrant coral shade. So I hope this shade is just a little bit more vibrant than the other ones I've used. Because you see that? It's supposed to be a shimmer shade, but it's very dull. Last shade I'll be taking from this palette is going to be this shimmer blue that we applied first. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. I think it needs just a little kick to it. I don't know if to put something kind of on that line that I created or maybe use this glitter from Sheila. I think I could do both if we wanted to. So I think I'm going to be trying to use this Urban Decay Heavy Metal. This one is in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And this is how it looks like. So hopefully this comes out like I'm imagining it. Because I'm not great at this. Alright, so that is it right there. I think it was too thin for some reason, but I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. And then I'm going to be going with this Sheila. This one is one of their, oh, I forget what these are called. Glitter and Glow, and this one is in the shade Admiral. And I'm just going to be applying this kind of in the beginning to give it just a little bit more kick. Because I feel like those shimmers from that palette just does not do it for me. This look, for some reason, seems so Aladdin to me. I don't know why. Now I'm going to be doing my foundation and concealer. Then we're going to be back to try these two palettes that are more for the face. I have the Moonlight Magic and the Island Hottie. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we're going to do under our eyes. I'm going back into the Wanderlust eyeshadow palette. And I think I'm going to be going for these colors over here. Just because I want to like kind of emphasize more of that orangey colors on the top. I'm kind of torn if I should do an eyeliner or not, but I think I'm going to be just going into this shade right here. Let's go to this shade right here, which is the darkest. I'm going to be applying this very close to my lash line. Really packing that color right there. To blend it out, I'm going to be using that kind of shimmer shade that we had before, just because I don't see another matte that I could use. Alright, so I think this is where I'm going to leave it just because I kind of like this kind of Aladdin look that I have going on and I don't want to mess it up in any way. But I kind of wanted to see if I could use this blush palette, kind of this shade right here, as a bronzer because it looks dark enough. I do want to do some swatches. It may be too much on the orangey side. It looks like it's going to be, but I kind of still want to try it. Are the blushes right here. I think this one would be the one that I would try as a bronzer, which might look very reddish on me, but I think I still want to try it. So maybe we'll do that. So they do not have shade names, but I'm going to be going into this one. And let's hope to God that this works. I'm going to be taking this Luxie 522 brush. And I'm just tapping on it once because I know LA Girl is just very pigmented. And I don't think that looks terrible. right? But I honestly don't mind this at all. At the end, I might really like it. And who knows, I might use it again. Alright, so now we're really going for the blush. And I think I'm going to be going for this Vibrant right here. Because I really like how this looks. And I'm going to be applying this with this Tarte brush. Because I think this is going to be very pigmented. And this Tarte brush is good at, like, you know, just giving that slight little blush. I don't think it gave me much color, but it did definitely give me a little bit of sparkliness to my face. So I think I'm going to mix it with this one right here just because I want to go a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll put the whole palette in my face. Why not? You know? Maybe I'll go for this one too. This one seems more on the pinky side. Oh, I like that. It definitely brought down the sparkliness a little bit. But I think the combination of the three of them looks really pretty. I'm kind of digging this. Now let's go into the Moonlight Magic palette. And I have it right here. And I don't know, guys. I think I'm leaning... I mean, I only have these two shades to play with because I think these two are kind of really dark for me. So I think... Let me swatch it. Actually, I don't think that's too dark for me. Maybe this one is. But these three kind of look really pretty. I am thinking more like this one just because I think my eyes will look better with that. Maybe we'll mix them as well just to see how they look. I'm going to be using this Anastasia A23 brush and I think I'm dipping into this color first. And I'm just going to start kind of swirling this on my cheekbones. I think if you are more on the fair skin, you know, situation, I think this one's going to be for you. I'm definitely going to be bringing that down a little bit because I think it definitely looks a little bit white on my skin. So I'm just going to be applying this right there and then I'll be going with the second one right here. And then I'll be just putting that over top. Oh, yes. Really, really pretty. Wow. These are more of those highlights that are definitely going to show up on your face. Like, you're going to be able to see that you have some highlight. These are not natural highlights. These are not for, like, daytime, office jobs. These are highlights that are going to show up. So I really like that. They're very creamy, and they just, like, blend it out really nicely. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see how you can't really see texture showing up. I am showing a little bit of dryness here. I think that's from the powder that I used. But those are the products that I had today. I'm going to be finishing up my makeup and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts. Alright guys, so we finally made it to the end of this video. I kind of really like how this look turned out. But the thing is, I don't know what else I could do with this palette. I feel like the eyeshadow one was kind of a little, for me, like if I saw this again, I probably wouldn't repurchase it. Or maybe any other styles of this one because I really loved the matte ones. I feel like they were so good, but there's not many. I feel like there's this blue and then maybe this navy. Can't really see. I think it has kind of like a little sparkly things in it. And then you get this brick color right here. They were stunning. They were so pigmented. They blended out really easy. But then you got all these other shimmers that are kind of dull. So I don't know. I really like this shade right here that I use for my inner corner. I feel like that was really pretty. And I feel like I would like this one as well. But as far as the gold ones, these are probably not going to be my go-to when it comes to like neutral shimmers. I did like that they were not patchy. There are some shimmers that you get that are pretty patchy, especially in the drugstore. These were pretty nice. The only thing is that I was expecting the shimmers to be a little bit more shocking, if that makes any sense. It kind of pisses me off because I know that LA Girl can do better. I actually just tried out, I think I mentioned this before, some of their eyeshadow palettes for their summer collection as well, and those were kind of better than this one, I should say. So as an overall look, I really love how this came out. I was kind of like really skeptical about when I started because I was like, what am I doing? I never start with just a color on the crease and like don't even complete it all the way, but I think it paid off, and I think I really like how this is looking. So the next one we have is this Moonlight Magic, and I think these highlights were very creamy, which kind of surprised me, and they were not chunky at all. You can't really see like little bits of glitter on my face. It applied really evenly and just like made the skin look just better and kind of more smooth. It kind of made this whole area right here like blend together, like the blush and the bronzer and the highlight just kind of looked really nice as soon as I applied it. I think they are stunning, and I really think that this is something you can wear when you want like a night out, because I think especially these two first ones that I applied, if you're more on like medium side like me, I feel like you can make this really work, and you can definitely see it on the camera how this is just like shining and looking really pretty. I didn't feel like this emphasized texture. They were kind of like silky and soft, which I really like. I also think that I could have made maybe this one work as a bronzer as well if it wasn't so shimmery, but I'm definitely gonna try that out maybe after I finish this video, just for the hell of it, because I'm actually just taking this makeup off afterwards, so maybe I'll try that. And last one we have is this Island Hottie blush palette, and I love blushes, so I have to say I absolutely love this palette so much. I love the fact that I have all these combinations of like reddish peachy undertones, because these are the tones that I actually go for on blushes like almost every day. I feel like this looks so nice on my skin. I really love the fact that I can use this as a bronzer, and I don't think this looks bad at all. Like, you can never tell I use a blush for bronzer. I don't know in which instance I would use this one, but I kind of like the fact that I combined this two and the last one just all together, because I think that these two were a little bit too shiny for what I was looking for today, but I do think that they look really stunning on the skin. They apply really well, they're super opaque, and I just really love how they looked. So overall, I think the prices for these palettes are very fair and affordable. I think if this is something you're looking into, if you want kind of like a highlight palette or a blush palette or maybe an eyeshadow palette, you should definitely pick this up. I think the only thing that's kind of a downfall for me is this eyeshadow palette, but I think for these blue and kind of matte brick colors, I think I'm definitely going to use this again, because this blue is kind of something that is a little bit memorable. If you're looking to do a very bright color, I feel like this is something really nice. If you are going to be using this eyeshadow, I would recommend doing what I did today and kind of going with a liquid eyeshadow, maybe a jelly shadow, or just anything you have at home that can make kind of this shimmers just pop a little bit more, because I think it's not going to get you where you want to go. If you like those natural, you know, eyeshadow looks, I think you're really going to like this, but I'm more of like, I'm looking for like the shimmers that kind of have a little bit of kick to them, so that's what I really like. And I'm not the biggest fan of the eyeshadows, but I did create this look with it, and I kind of really like it. So I think this was a good video for me. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of anything that I used today. I kind of liked it, didn't regret any purchases. So yeah, if you like this video, please leave a comment below, like this video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you hopefully on my next video. Bye!